Hi, Realtor Brandon Rimes here, the real estate quarterback, and today I want to talk about an article that I was featured in for the Fort Myers News Press. I'm very proud to say I was selected as Athlete of the Decade for the 90s. The Fort Myers News Press did a special series where they were doing each decade and was calling it Lost Legends from the Past. And, you know, Brandon Rimes, the real estate quarterback here, talking about this article. It says, LaBelle quarterback still dreams of glory days. And it says the LaBelle High School football team could do no wrong in December of 1995. The Cowboys were 13-0, playing for the state championship in the Class 3A. And, you know, it talks about how Cowboy fever swept the town. Some of the highlights of the article read that, you know, he said at the center of it all stood Brandon Rimes, and it says Coach Dunbar always called Brandon our keg of dynamite, you know, the playmaker. So we went on to that season and had, in 1995, I had 1,506 passing yards and another 800 yards on the ground in some of our wing tee option style plays that we ran. And we actually beat a local team here, Tampa Catholic, to go to the in the semifinals game, rather, to go to the state championship game in a shootout against Kenny Kelly, Daryl Jackson, Quincy Hipp, some of those guys. We beat them 37-35 that year. And we beat, you know, also along the way, we beat some awesome names, you know, Edgerrin James, Adam Ockley, Anquan Bolden, who just played in the Super Bowl at Pahokee, and Travis Henry at Frostproof. You know, the list goes on and on about some of the talented teams. And we did it with teamwork. And it, you know, it reminds me of La Rosa Realty and the same values that we're bringing is hard work, dedication, and teamwork to the real estate industry. So to finish this article, you know, it just goes on to say that, you know, only 2 Lee County football teams have ever played for the championship. And then, you know, we're in Hendry County, which is just east. So, you know, it's quite an honor to be selected as Athlete of the Decade for the Fort Myers News Press, and I just want to point this out. And what was really neat is that they let me put a picture of my daughter in the article. So Braylon loved that as well. Now we're going to take a cut to the news station special that they did back in 1995 on the Rhinestone Cowboy, is what they called me then, when I led the team as the quarterback to the state championship game, surrounded by a great group of guys. And you know, we often talk about those times, so it's a really special time in our memories of, you know, beating competition that a lot of times seemed overwhelming. And we pulled together as a team and played hard and worked hard, and we just persevered, overcame adversity, and we can help you do that in the real estate world today. So give Brandon Rimes a call to lead your next transaction.
Travel to Tampa for a matchup with Tampa Catholic. Tonight, Paul Devlin takes a look at a guy who makes those Cowboys go.
They don't get any tougher than Brandon Rimes.
He plays with about a guy whose frame is 6'6", 250, he puts in 5'8", and 160.
Pound for pound, inch for inch, Brandon Rimes may be the toughest player in the area. He's certainly one of the most valuable. LaBelle's little big man is the glue that's held the Cowboys together during their ride to the Final Four.
Being short, 5'8", whatever, 150 pounds, you know, you gotta do a lot extra. You just gotta go all out, you know. You can't hold nothing back.
Rimes has been the all-purpose Cowboy, playing offense, defense, and special teams. He's piled up over 2,000 yards in total offense and has combined for 27 touchdowns.
He doesn't want to come out of the game ever. Never wants to come out of the game. And he wants to be the big play man, you know, and I admire him for that. You know, that's someone you can turn to, you know, when you need a big play.
Brandon's defining moment as a quarterback came 3 weeks ago against Clewiston. The Cowboys trailed the Tigers by 6 points with 3 minutes to go, and they had to go 97 yards to tie the score.
6 plays and one incredible pass later, the Cowboys tied Clewiston. They tacked the extra point on to keep their dream season alive.
I didn't really expect it to be this good, you know, but it's just been playing a long time, you know. It's just kind of doing the same thing over and over like I used to do, and just hopefully you lead the team on to the next level.
Paul Devlin, Eyewitness Sports.
And tomorrow, more on the Cowboys. Then Friday, Channel 2 Sports will follow LaBelle up to Tampa and have all the highlights on the late sports. Well, in golf news.